And welcome back, everyone, to Attack of the B Team. And today we are going to continue and finish off our item system. So let's get to it. The next major thing that we needed to do was make our upgrade chips. So I've made a few of these already, and I've also got a bunch of resources that we need to make enough chips to build out what I've done so far with the system, which I'll show you in just a minute. We're also going to do a bit of prettification and cleaning things up a little bit, and I'll show you how I'm doing that with a bit of the microblocking, which is another mod in this mod pack. So let's get started. The first thing that we need to do here is we need to make these chips. So upgrade. We need to make a bunch of these chips. So we got to make some of these guys. I think I need 13 of these, so we need 10 more. And we're going to need a bunch of these guys. So probably the best way to do this at this point is to just put this stuff away so that I can just grab all of the materials that we need. So, whoops, put that in there. Just put that down there. Okay. So let's just grab, we need paper, and we need a bunch of redstone. Let's just throw in a bunch of this into here. We're gonna need it all eventually. I don't know if, how much of this can we actually fit? Can I fit it all? Ooh, look at that. Fit all that in there. All right, so we need 10 of these. So if I click on this and then I shift right click on the question mark, it's going to make us 64, which we don't want. So if I just pull, we got 10. So if I just leave one of those with 10, and then if I shift click on this guy, please work. Yeah, okay, we got 10 of those. We'll leave those in our inventory and take everything else back out. All right, so we need 10 of these because each of these kind of goes in sequence. So we start with building, let's build an LX upgrade. Now the question is do I need 10? No, I don't need 10 of those. All right, well, let's just do, let's see here. If I do, because they kind of go in sequence here, right? So if I build, so we have an LX upgrade. Grab you out of there, right? And then take this stuff out, and then we grab one of these guys, right? And then so that uses that LX upgrade that we just made to create this, right? And then if we want to make the Z, the LZ upgrade, right? That uses that one again, and some of these other materials, right? So now we've got another one of these guys here. So we got 4 of those, right? So we basically got to just go through these one by one, and now I got to do it again, right? So start at the first one, right? Make me one of these, and then go to the next one, right? Make me one of these, and now I've got another one of these guys, right? 4. And so I've got to do this for all of these, and we need 13 of them. So I'm not gonna like bore you by going through all of these one by one, right? And boom, now we got 4 of those, right? And then we got to do the same thing with the Z. So it's just basically, the right side. So those were a bunch of extra LX, and then the same thing goes for the RX, and then we got to make total of 13 total of these. So I'm going to cut out, and I'll be right back when I have all 13 of these created. All right, and here we are again. So, as you can see, I've got 13 of the the LX, the LY, the LZ, the RX, the RY, and the RZ. So now, and we also need our wonderful router utility that we made in the last episode. And what we want to do is we're going to have one request system right up here. That's where this hole is, and I'm going to build that at some point. But the ones that we're going to work on today is, so over here, you can see I've done a bit of work over here and I've changed things around a bit. So what we've got going on here is, let's grab my, oh, I decided I didn't need the axe, which was a mistake. Let's get rid of this so you can see what's going on here. So we've got a chest right here, right? And then over here, we've got our routed interface pipe, right? And if I right click on that, you can see it's got an item extractor chip, right? So we want to pull that item extractor chip out of here. And then I want to go with the router utility. And I want to take our item extractor and throw it into the router utility. And you can see it has spots here on the left and on the right for the X, the Y, and the Z for both sides. So we want to take our LX, put it in there, our LY, put it in there, our LZ, put it in there, and the same thing on the other side, the X, the Y, and the Z. And then we hit this install button, ka-chink, and they all turn green. So now we've got a fully upgraded extractor chip. Now, these guys should tell me what they do. I believe what they do here is I should have this up as well to actually read what they actually say they do. Just a second here. Chips, dynamic. There's not a whole lot of documentation for this. I'll see if I can find it in a minute. Basically what these chips do is I thought if I shift over them? No, okay. I believe what happens here is the left side controls how quickly items are like extracted, and the right side is how many, like stacks, right? So you can extract I think when you get the full upgrade in here, that you can extract 64, like a full stack, full 64 stacks at a time. And also if you upgrade this side, it reduces the latency, so how long it takes each time it tries to extract. So this basically, if you upgrade the full guy on the left hand side here, it should basically means that it just starts pulling stuff out of the system right away. There's no latency, right? So we've got this chip. I can pull this out of here, and like you saw before in the last episode when I was putting stuff in, right? It was taking stuff really slowly out of the system, right? So now if I take this chip and I stick it back in here, right? Now we've got a fully upgraded chip, right? It's got all the upgrades in there, and no blacklisting going on. So if I was to say throw, do I have anything that I could just throw in here? Well, here, let's just take this slab, right? Poof, it's gone right away, you see, and it's gone, right? It takes off through the system, and it'll put into a pipe. So that upgraded, if I could also put in like full stacks of stuff in here, and it would take them a lot right away, whereas before it would take them out one at a time, right? Probably gonna need that back, but we can do that on the other side. Some other things that I did over here is I put the part builders on the sides, and underneath them I have the chest, right? And so in this one I've got all of the casts, because it's right beside where we would be doing the casting. And on this side I've got all of the stencils, so we can do everything all in one place. And then I don't know if I like this so much, but basically I've got the tool station underneath, right? And so we can do all of our tool station work here. So we can make the parts over here, come over here, work on the tool station, make our tools and our weapons. And then right above it, we've got a tinker table, so we can do work like that there. And on the other side, I also had a tinker table, boom, on top of that, right? One nice little reason for doing it this way here too. So I've got the two stations again on the other side, so I can flip back and forth if I need to. This then is right here, so when I'm doing all this work, right, I can just interface with this, grab what I want, pull it out. This up here is like we did in the last episode, remember I put the camo chest up here, so this actually is a chest, right? So if I go into here and I say stone, let's get that guy back that I threw away, submit, right? He'll come shooting up down here and it'll go into this chest. I was able to get it to look like I wanted it to, right? So it matches up over there, right? So there we go, we've got that guy back. And the other kind of cool thing about this too is if I have the chest underneath there and it's hooked up to the extractor, and if I look at this and say I've grabbed a bunch of stuff, pull it down here, do some work on it. Oh, you know what? I don't need these anymore. So just throw it over there, poof, gone. Right? They go right back into the system. So it's kind of like a built-in little extractor area. The downside to this, of course, is that you can't put stuff in here that you want to hold on to while you're crafting, right? You got to basically use your inventory for that. This is the discard pile. So I kind of like that. We're going to clean this up in a minute, but let's go downstairs and I'll show you what's going on there. So poof, down we go, into here, into our, this is what you saw last time, and over here. Now you can see I've done a bunch of work in here, right? So all of these chests are now hooked up, right? So I just have the one pipe coming out there, or the item, the transport pipes coming out there, and then they connect up to all these chests on the back side, right? And you'll see that every single one of these has an item broadcaster chip and an item responder chip in them, right? Every single one of them. I've already built all of those. We did a couple of those last time, and I just went and filled them all up. Inside of each of these chests, so a bunch of them are still empty, right? We've got lots of stuff in here now, though, right? We're slowly filling up, right? But we still got some room to grow. It's not completely full. And yeah, again, over here, we've got all the different chips. So what we need to do now is basically upgrade these, because right now these are going to be really slow. So when we try and pull stuff out of here, it's going to take a long time to pull them out, right? Maybe before I upgrade everything. So I also built this little kind of terminal station in the middle. I figured, and not just figured, but it was really handy while I was trying to set this all up as well, being able to get stuff out of these chests. Even though they're right here, I still had to like search through them, right? So it was easier just to click on this, find what I'm looking for, extract, right? And get over there. So basically what I've done here is you'll see I played with the Forge Microblocks a little bit to make ourselves a nice little interface here. Up here as well, we've got a, whoops, down here we've got the crafting station. I didn't make a full one just because, again, underneath here there's a chest, right? And I just thought, I don't know, looked a little better to hide it, but we got the same thing upstairs, so maybe it's fine just to make the normal full one here. One cool thing about this system is slightly different than what I did upstairs. So upstairs, you request something, it pops up and it puts it into a little chest above. This one, there's no chest above it, right? But this pipe here comes, it's kind of hidden behind here. So if you see there's a pipe that comes from over there that goes to the other chest, and then in the middle here we got a routed junction pipe. You kind of need to put these routed junction pipes anywhere where you have like a junction where it splits off into different ways. So I got a routed junction pipe here. It goes up through the roof over to here and then pops down through here, right? And it ends here. And because this station is right below it, when I request something, so if I go into here and say, you know what, I want these stone stairs, submit. Now if we go over here, you can see, yep, see it popped up over there, and then it pops down here, right? And instead of just shooting it out on the ground and spitting it all over the place, and let's say if I'm doing something, and then it despawns and I lose it, it just pops right into the crafting station. So I can request a bunch of stuff, I need to do some work, I want, some zombie brains, and I want, I don't know, let's say some glass, right? Let's submit, right? These things, so then I can just go down here and I can wait for it, and things will just pop up in here. Poof, right? And I can do what I'm doing, and when I'm done with stuff, you're like, okay, you know what? Don't need those things. Let's stick them back in the system. And then there's the chest underneath. So you see how slowly this is taking it out? Like really slowly. That's because we haven't upgraded any of these guys yet, right? So we need to do the same thing here. And then underneath this chest, we've got the same thing here, right? We've got our item extractor chip. This needs to be upgraded just like the other ones. Let's get back out of here. And all of these guys need to be upgraded as well, right? So it's exactly the same, exactly the same story. We have to take the item responder chip out. Let's put that there. So we'd need this chip and this chip, right? Pull up our router, take take our responder chip and then put in one of these, So we'd have to put in every single one of these chips so that we can upgrade it to its fullest potential. Pull stuff out really fast and no like latency between how quickly it does that, right? Install it. Oh, what happened over here? RX. Oh, do we not need RX? Oh, maybe we don't need them. Oh, man, so I made way more of these things than I needed, I guess. So the item responder chip looks like it only needs the left side. What about let's put that back down here. What's this guy? The broadcaster chip. We can put one of these in here, one of these in here. Does it take an RX? It does. Okay, so the broadcaster looks like the broadcaster needs all of them to be fully upgraded, but the responder chip doesn't take the right stuff. So I've got leftovers for the next time. Go in there. I don't know why it does that. So now I'm gonna have leftovers of the R side that I can use for more of these in the future, right? So now I need to take this, and is that where I put that? Oh, nope. Alex, this one's, so we need that out of here. Which one did I take it out of? That one? Yeah. So we need put you in here, and you in here. There we go. Now this one is fully upgraded, right? So this stuff will come out really fast, but these other ones still won't. So I need to go through and do the same thing to all of these and to that down there, and then it'll be completely upgraded. So let me do that and I'll be right back. So that actually took quite a bit longer than I expected. But now all of these are upgraded. As you can see, they all have everything in them. So I had a little bit of a math problem and I thought I had enough for everything, but I didn't. So I was short about 4, I think, of the X side of things. I had enough. I had 1 extra of the R side, but I had to go out and collect more resources to make the X side, a few more of them. The last one to do is just this one down here. I left it though, because there's a couple things I want to show you. So first of all, if we go into here, and so this one isn't upgraded yet, so the extractor is still the slow version, right? So if I say I grab this and I put this in there and this in there, right, and that in there, you'll see like it's taken some time, right? Chugging it through slowly but surely, right? So now if we go down here to this guy and we pull this chip out and we upgrade it, or at least I had this side in, so it was taking full stacks, right? But it was going really slow. But now, and this is the other thing I want to show you too, is in this mod pack you can actually like take things in and out of your inventory with the wheel, right? So if I just hover over this and then just wheel up, you see it plops it in there, boom, boom. And all I was doing is just I hover over it and then I wheel up and it put it right in there. So that was it was really annoying, like click, click, putting it here, taking it out. So there you go. That's a little trick if you guys didn't know. Now you can install this a little bit quicker. So now let's go back down here and install that back into there. And now you can see it's fully upgraded. And if I come back over here now and say I'm done with all of this, you know, it's like they're disappearing as soon as I throw them in there, right? Like I can't even backlog them. So now, and you can see them flying around, going into chests. Yeah, now the system is completely upgraded, at least this whole side. So all of these chests, this is future expansion. None of that's all set up yet. None of the piping is set up for that yet either. But yeah, so here you go. That's basically how that all works. The next thing that we want to do is just going to show you a bit of what I was doing with the microblocks here. So like this here is a stone cover, right? So the way that you make these guys is you need to use where did I have it here? Did I put it away? No, there it is, right in my face. The diamond saw, right? So I think I showed you previously how this is made, right? But if I go here, basically, yeah, because I needed a diamond saw anyway to make these silicon boules, whatever they're called, and then chop them up into 8 pieces to give you silicon, right? To make this itself, though, is just some stone rods that you can make in Tinker's Construct, as well as some sticks and a diamond, right? and you get yourself this guy. Now the cool thing about this is you can also use it to saw things up. So if you put it in your crafting station, you can do it obviously in the bigger station as well, but you can also do it just within your own little inventory. If I throw these in here, right, I can saw them up and cut them, see, into smaller chunks, right, just like that. I can chop those up, and then I can put them back in. I can chop them into smaller pieces, or I can go over here and I can chop them into pillars, right? So I can make some pillars, and I can make some skinnier pieces, and I can keep going back and forth, right? This makes your inventory fill up really fast, right? But they're really cool, and you can do some really cool things with them. So if we have this stone cover, the cover is the smallest it goes, and so you can see here as I try and place it around, right, I can just cover up this right in the front, boom, and now you can't see the pipe. It's all blocked off. And there's also these hollows, right? So we don't need this anymore. You can also put them back together. So if you do it like that, right, you can reattach them, turn them back into blocks as well. So that's kind of good. Let's put that back in place there. So that's all upgraded. This room is now pretty much done. These hollows and everything, I'll show you how to do that when we go back upstairs. Because the last thing we need to do is get our second station up and running here. So this guy is also fully upgraded. If I can actually get into him, I don't know. Can I grab that? Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to see him. I can see it from the other side. But yeah, he's fully upgraded. This is all upgraded and ready to go as well. So I put this crafting station back on top here. It's got the same basic setup. So what we want to do here though is we want to cover this up and make it look pretty as well, just kind of like downstairs. And I want to have it to look just like this, right? So I want to keep the same look and just hide the pipe in the wall. So the first thing that I can do is, I believe I still have, yep, I still have these planks in here as well. So now if I bring those, throw them in there, I want to chop these up into the smallest. I want to get them all the way down to cover. So you see wood, plank, cover. Get them all the way down to the cover. Now, if I go into the crafting station and I put them all the way around the other side, I get these covers, hollow covers, right? So let's grab all of those. And now I can take them and I can just line it up here. It's a little tricky. There you go. See, now it looks like it's just, there's a hole and it's all nicely covered up. Now we still need to do, let's break, where's my axe? Let's get this out of here again. Now, I did try to cover this up, but I can't put a cover there and then put the crafting table on top. One of the other things too I wanted to do, let's see if I can, let's get rid of this without losing it. And the other thing I want to do here too is I wanted it to be, it doesn't show, right? So I did try to use this secret chest, right? So if I put a secret chest, things fall down there. So I'm just going to do over here for a demo. If I put the secret chest down here, right, it turns into grass block, right? If I take this crafting station and I put it, say, beside that chest, right? Oh, didn't do it there either. See, it's not, this crafting station, for whatever reason, isn't having access to the chest, right? So you can't, it doesn't connect. And I'm not sure why that is, but because of that, it basically, I can't use it, I can't throw it down there and put the chest on top of it and use it like I was using the other one. So I've had to put one of these guys down there instead, which it doesn't look as pretty off the top, but functionality first is what I always say. So panel, I think we want a cover. So if I chop those down a little bit more, let's get the cover. Now I want to cover up this, and I want to be careful not to, so yeah, see, I want it to be on this, whoops. So I want it to be on this side in here, right? So it's not touching that pipe, it's nicely covering there, but it leaves this fully block open so that we can take our chest, put that back in there, right? And then we want to cover this up, but we want to do that with the same cobblestone block that we're using on the other places as well. So let's put that one in there. And we want to chop this guy down as well. Whoops. Into covers. And you can see my inventory is filling up really quickly here. But now I want to put this on the top there. So now it looks just like it did before, and you can't tell that there was a pipe there at all, except for, of course, right here where we left it hollow on purpose. Let's get rid of this guy. Find another use for him eventually. But yeah, so that's all covered up now, and put that back on top, and it's still, now see we have access to that chest. I don't know why the secret chest doesn't work with the crafting station like that. But this is now working, right? So we can put stuff in here, make it go into the inventory system like this chest. Poof. Oh, is it not? Is it not hooked up? Arg. I'll have to check into that, but that should have been hooked up the same way. Let's just go see. Oh, did I block it because I put that cover on there? Where's my pick? Can I just get to that guy? There. All right, so don't do that. We obviously need to let the extractor have access to the chest, and I bet you now that that's gone when we go back around. We probably won't see that anyway, so the next thing we want to do is put the cover on the front here, right? That covers that up nicely. And then, now this pipe goes right up here. Probably be good to leave it open on this side too if we want to. If we're walking down the hall, we can get access to this. So if we grab our hollow again, and we put it on the front. Oops, I have shift. Oh, not like, where did that just go? Oh, it put it up there. Interesting. Okay, let's see if we can get that. Oh, did it fall down there? I'm gonna have to go down there and collect a bunch of stuff. Let's put it here. There we go. Now we have access to that, and then we want, let's see if we can, oops, if we just put them in like that, they'll turn back into non-hollow ones, right? And then we can reconnect them if we wanted as well, but we do want some of these covers. So if I take one cover and put it there, and I take another cover and I put it, nope, don't do that. There you go. Now you can see it looks just like this, right? Looks like there's not much going on, but you do have access to the item system, right? And because that's a chest as well, we can request stuff here, right? Let's say I want those. Let's grab. Let's get all of those guys again, and they'll see them zoom right up here. There you go. Now I can grab them, right? Pull them out of there. So I have access to it from this side, and I also have access to it from the other side, obviously, where the crafting station and everything is. Oh, look, there it is. Now let's go back into here. Now I should be able to say take these guys, plunk them in there, and poof, they're gone. There we go. All fixed, all working. And yeah, so there we go. We have a fully functioning station over here that we can request stuff. Our entire system, as you can see, has tons and tons of things in it now. I'm slowly moving everything into there. Got a nice little workstation over here. Probably still want some cleanup around here. I really don't like the way that looks. But yeah, so we have this fully functional station here. There's a fully functional station downstairs. And what I'm going to do off camera is I'll run some more pipe. I'll get everything hooked up, and I will also put one into the walls, hide it all the way nicely. Whoops, I want to go up. And stick one right here as well. So I'm not exactly sure how I want to do that, because I still want to keep the look that we have. But I'll have one request pipe here. Maybe it'll come up right from here instead of in there, or I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll set one up here as well. And then we have access to it up here, so we can do crafting here as well. And basically anywhere around the house where we want to have rooms to do things. Like right now this is, oh, here's the TV. Watch some He-Man. Iron Man 8692 set that up. It's kind of funny though how it's sitting on a torch. Yeah. But yeah, so like as we do more stuff in this house, as we create more things, we can just basically add more of these access points and put them all around the house. So if we do something interesting over here, we can put one in. That's actually one of the reasons why I, which way is out? There we go. One of the reasons why I tried to put this station kind of central, right? So this is right underneath the lake in the middle, but I wanted it to kind of be central in the middle of the house so that if we run pipes, it's not a long distance to any one location, right? The one by the bedrooms up there will probably be the farthest distance away right there, right? So we can have access to it. So it's right underneath there. But yeah, so we can have access to it all the way around the house, and we can do everything we want. And if we start building under the ground as well, obviously, we can also have more access to it there. But yeah, so one item system to rule them all. So with that, I will say goodbye, and I will see you all next time.